Taurus, you have so much to be excited about. Your future, your present moment, it is remarkable. I see you being able to travel to foreign lands. I see you making plans and those plans actually coming into fruition. I see you being able to move to new territory if that's what you're aspiring to do. I see you having the confidence necessary to confront your own limited belief systems, challenge those systems that once controlled you, challenge the operating system that you once believed in, the narrative you once subscribed to, and having the courage to successfully pick and choose which parts of those belief systems you resonate with personally, which parts of those belief systems you want to take and carry on with yourself traditionally. And then the ones that you want to discard, I see you finally giving yourself permission to say, no, I don't agree with that, or yeah, I agree with this. And that speaks volumes about how far you have come on your own personal spiritual journey, how much work you've put in on yourself, how much self-development that was required in order for you to have this amount of discernment, for you to intentionally co-create with the universe to create the type of future, present reality that you want. And now that a lot of your sacrifices, your hardships, your determination is paying off, and it's your turn to experience life, it's your turn to really enjoy the fruits of your labor, not everybody is happy for you. All right, I feel like there's a level of consciousness that instinctually can't help but to bicker, fight, argue as a confirmation or validation that they care. Like if they argue with you, they feel like they care about you. If they fight with you, they feel like that is love, that is affection. And it may be very well true for them. I don't feel as if you're trying to change anyone else or trying to get them to adopt your belief system. What I do sense from this energy is the freedom, wanting the freedom to be who you are, no matter where you are. The freedom not to be accepted or people liked or whatever, but the freedom to be who you are unapologetically. And so I do feel as if you're not in the season of wanting to make a decision about who you want to be friends with, who you don't want to be friends with, who you want to like and who you don't want to like, or who you want to be in a relationship or don't want to be in a relationship with. I'm tapped into Taurians that you aren't in limbo, okay? And a lot of people may describe this energy as you haven't made up your mind yet. But I feel like you're meant to be in this season of transition between lands, transitions between jobs, transitions between lifestyles. And in that space, you're being spiritually guided to take all the time you need and all the time that you want to remain in that space, that knowing that when something feels intuitively right, that's when you make a move. That's when you proceed forward. But if you haven't gotten that confirmation, if it's not something that you feel certain about, that it's okay to remain in that space. Yeah, it's like time is standing still for you. The universe is slowing things down for you specifically to be able to observe all facets of every lifestyle, right? So when you go across this culture to foreign lands and you sit with those, it's like explorer type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Like wanting to just feed your spirit. I feel like in this season, you're in the energy of wanting to feed your spirit, your perspective, and and go go to different cultures and different religions and kind of just immerse yourself in different cultures. But you also want it to be okay to leave if you feel like your time there is done. You also want it to be okay if it's like, okay, I enjoyed being in this relationship or this connection, or I enjoy being a part of this religion or this culture, and I want to go try something different. What you don't like, which is very fair, the repercussions that comes with you choosing that free will, right? It's like you've come across a group of people that are not, they don't take it so lightly to walk away or be told no. They don't like to be told no. They don't like to be told, like, I don't care to conform, or no, I don't want to do that, or I don't want to heal that, or I don't want to fix this person or fix that situation. And so I do feel like they're preying on your downfall, because you're leaving an environment that is filled with struggle, strife, clashing of personalities, clashing of egos, strikes, and unnecessary chaos and drama, just being very territorial. So I'm really curious to see empathically, like, what Spirit has to say about all of this. If you are dealing with any type of situation that resonates deep within your soul, similar to what I just described, then trust that this message was meant to find you. All of my readings are timeless on this channel. So what is your channel message for all of my Taurians in regards to this situation? It's like you're being told, like, you shouldn't befriend certain people. You shouldn't be going to certain places. You shouldn't be doing certain things. And if you do, then we're going to have to exile you. We're going to have to kick you out. We're going to have to fire you. We have the Alpha in reverse. We have the Mirror. Wow. All right, we have stalking, intimidation, confrontation, and that's in reverse. I heard this isn't where it's at. Okay. So this is Spirit pretty much giving me the confirmation of everything that I just said. You met someone. You ignored the red flags. You ignored, like, don't go there, no fly zone, right? As curious as it may be. With Alpha, the Alpha in reverse, this is a distorted energy. Someone could be 44. With Alpha in reverse, it's like this is someone that has a hard time getting over a person. They have a hard time like kind of patching up things that need to be, like, worked on within themselves. And so this is someone that has put themselves back together. But even though they've put themselves back together, they did a shitty job. Okay? And it's like they did some type of rush situation to get themselves together. But this also tells me is this is someone that holds a position of authority. Either they're the boss of their own business, they're boss of their own world, or they have some type of following, congregation, or something like that. And with the Mirror in in the Mirror here, it's pretty much saying that you are mirroring to this person. You are the ultimate mirror in this person's life. And the more that they see you, every time they see you, every time they see you eye to eye, or they come around you, You are a sore reminder of the shitty job that they've done on themselves, the work that they've done on themselves. And so you can stand there, be silent, and say nothing to this person, do nothing to this person. And on some level, they will despise you. On some level, you irk this person's soul. And if you've been struggling or having a hard time believing that this person is like that, it's like Spirit has been showing you this person's character, okay, who they are subconsciously. The signs have always been there. They've never not been there. But what this is saying to me is you like to get a closer look or get a first-hand look yourself. Like, you like to find out for yourself. So you may be that type of person that says, when someone says, oh, you may want to be careful with that person because they're no good, or like they did this to me. This would be another woman, you know, or another man telling you that. And because you are aware that sometimes people can sabotage relationships and tell you, you know, to stay away from someone because they don't want you to have better, it has pretty much put you in several positions where you're like, oh yeah, okay, I'll see for myself. And this stems from not being able to discern whether or not your spiritual team is sending in a physical person to come and tell you this or give you this warning because you already have ignored the signs that they showed you before, or if it's someone just hating on you and don't want you to have a good thing. And so to avoid possibly losing something or missing out on an opportunity that may be coming your way, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna see what they're talking about. I'm gonna see what they up about. And then you go into it heart open, and you'll see the red flags. King of Swords in reverse. They're a tyrant. They are mean. And it's like, well, they may be mean to other people, but they're different with me. Stockholm Central, right? Selectively choosing to be, to ignore what I see here. Okay. There's a lot here. I almost want to pause this video and kind of sit with the energy just so I can make sure that I'm not missing anything and that you're not sitting here for the next hour waiting on me to figure it out. And it's not something that I have to figure out. It's just I have to sit with it. And I feel like that's a message in itself. A lot of you, Spirit wants you to sit, be still. Sit, be still. Let the message come to you. Let the confirmation come to you. Let the person come to you. And a lot of you guys, you're like, well, TT, I've had people come and pursue me. And I don't know I can't tell the difference between the one and not the one, right? Because look, we have two knights in pursuit, wanting to come in at the same time, wanting to compete. Some of y'all, this may be a situation that you're faced with right now, There are two significant energies that do want to compete for you. And both of them are in this frequency of, I believe we have something here that we can build together. We could take on the world together, Pinky and the Brain. You also have someone here, Knight of Swords energy. Maybe very direct with their words. They're quick to kind of tell you what you're doing. Okay. So the first energy here is someone that likes to think for you, speak for you, tell you what's wrong with you, tell you what you need to do. And they may do this by constantly reading your mind or constantly trying to put your mind at ease, when they start to think that you're overthinking, overanalyzing, worrying, they start to, I went ahead and did that for you so you wouldn't have to think or stress out. I went ahead and handle that situation so you wouldn't have to. And so there's a sense of not enabling, but like not allowing you to think for yourself, that triggers you to feel as if this person is just like that cult or that group or that religion that you were in that doesn't want you to critically think for yourself. And so whether this person knows it or not, the Nine of Swords in reverse is saying that it has been refreshing for you not to feel like someone is thinking for you, speaking for you, handling everything for you. And meanwhile, I do feel like you are still patiently waiting, right? I do feel like I feel like you're feeling free. You're happy with your choices. You're happy with the outcome. You want to do what's fair. And so I feel like because you want to do what's fair, you are emotionally detaching from both options, even though both options are pursuing you. Which brings me to another concern that I feel like you have, which is this root issue that you have from dealing with corrupt authority figures causing you to hang out in this position longer? Because I do feel like the other person that is pursuing you is giving me a lot of Leo energy. I feel like they may come off like a player or someone that's a good time, invite you this place and invite you that place, and y'all have a great time, and they have a lot going for themselves. With the Knight of Wands is pretty much saying once they get you settled, secure, and you're feeling comfortable, homebody energy, right? Once they've conquered you, then they're back out there trying to conquer something else. And so I do feel like you're at a position where both energies are kind of showing up like one makes you mentally unsure, the other one makes you spiritually unsure. And so staying emotionally detached, non-committal energy in some capacity is a safe space to be in, because you kind of keep it very childlike, I feel as if the reason why you're not being shown which one to choose and which one to pick is because the divine wants you in this position. I feel like the divine is saying, we want you in this position. We want you to practice discerning characters. Even with these two options that you may have, we want you to allow them to invest, to take your time. Page of Pentacles, to date, communicate, exchange time, quality time, knowledge, all the things. The Pentacles is the suit where you've had the romance phase of the Page of Cups. You've had the investigative phase, the questions, the getting to know each other. You've had the passion, you see what I'm saying, the telepathy, the synchronization. And you get to the Page of Pentacles, and it's kind of like you could take all those things together and you can consistently expect. The Seven of Pentacles is talking about being able to expect a consistency from both characters and not always having to give them the confirmation and the validation that you are still interested. Because just like with both characters, they have their triggers, and both characters can be triggered. I feel like with one character, you keeping them waiting is kind of like you not making up your mind. It's okay for that person, you know, it makes you feel secure. But I feel like the part that then will make you feel, may trigger you in this type of situation, is if they're doing this with everybody, right? If they're talking to everybody, if they're chasing everybody, which would magnify a mirror in you, right? Which is amplify some type of jealousy trait or insecurity about exclusivity, but at the same time bring to your awareness that you are also in a space of being unable to offer exclusivity or confirmation of that exclusivity. And then with the other person, when you retreat emotionally, it triggers something inside of them to try harder, talk more, do more, say more, pursue. And then that makes you feel like, well, I haven't had time to think. I haven't had time to really process my thoughts. And so the process that you go within about 8 of Cups to figure out what it is that you want, this person often interrupts that symbiotic process that you go through. And so I do feel like this is something you would have to take day at a time, 7 of Pentacles, over time. With every scenario, you have like multiple different scenarios that you can go off where you and another person were presented with the opportunity, the Page of Pentacles, to learn each other, get to know each other, to communicate effectively, and then to apply that into your everyday life. And I feel like that's kind of why Spirit is saying, don't give the confirmation to either people about what it is that you are particularly expecting from them. Allow them to reveal themselves to you. Because for the ones that don't want to go on that adventure and they don't want to get to know you, they will be like, oh, all right, bet. I'm not the person I'm not the person for you. And the person that wants to do that due diligence, I'm not saying that they will just show up, because there's more to just showing up and doing, thinking, and saying. It's the opportunity to kind of hear when you go within and you come up with a decision and you make that decision, that they accept it. There's something about acceptance here from the other person, accepting your decision, not trying to make you feel guilty about it or guilt trip you about it. And I feel like the reason why Spirit is bringing this up is not to sit here and point fingers about, oh, yeah, that's manipulative. This person is that person is this. 95% of the world has narcissistic traits. 95% of the world has been conditioned in a society to be self-grandulant, okay? The aspiration of humanity that's just the state of humanity, right? Does that mean that as people we are meant to socially distance ourselves so much to the point where we engage in nothing, or we engage in absolutely any type of conflict at all? Absolutely not, because conflict is a space that brings forth development, personality development, and that just is what it is. Which is why no matter what, you can grow up in a household where you never got what you wanted, and then you can have kids and give them everything that they wanted and struggle with trying to figure out why they're not happy when you gave them what you lacked. And what you're failing to see is that what you went through helped you develop into the person that you are. They haven't gone through anything. You've sheltered them from being able to develop into the version of themselves that they want to be. So feeling sorry for your past only create piss poor approach to humanity. Then they'll be having to figure it out as they become adults. So we have a lot of adults that are products of their parents doing, giving, or not doing and giving based off of their childhood trauma. And so they never really figure out who the fuck they are. And so here we are having to practice with each other as adults and date one another. You see what I'm saying? If this resonates for you and you're able to grasp what I'm saying around belief systems and different things like that, if you're evolved past a phase of needing to know why, well, why is this happening to me, or why is that, or why can't it be this, or why can't it be that, then you're ready to really like sit down and actually intentionally plan out your life and utilize tarot and going within as a divination tool for self-improvement and self-development. So I would encourage you to take all the time you need, but more importantly, to reinvest back into yourself. So the more you understand yourself, the more decisive you'll be. So there are seeds that have already been planted within you that are kind of like core memories, right? They're core values. Nobody can really touch those seeds but you. Nobody can really unearth that or tame that but you. And I feel like you are going through a phase of your spiritual development where the quickest way that spirit's going to be able to help you reach this part of your psyche, your subconscious, is through physical maintenance, right? When things don't make sense to you spiritually, emotionally, you need to go to the gym. Okay? You need to go and work on your physical body, because when you have the physical transformation, you will be able to use those physical transformations as examples of what's going on with you psychologically, what's going on with you spiritually, what's going on with you mentally, because you'll have something physical to connect those dots with, and it'll make you more decisive rather than indecisive. And even though the Two of Swords is not here, this is about being able to trust what's coming ahead. This is about trusting yourself and what you say yes and no to. Especially, even if it's something about you being your authentic self. Because I do feel like there is some type of apprehension with revealing a part of yourself, because it can lose two great people, you know. For one person, maybe you have the gift of premonition, foresight, and your spirit and your purpose is calling for you to share those things out loud. And maybe one of them, you don't want to scare them away, or you don't want them to feel some type of way. They can be very helpful to you. And again, that would be you pretty much basing your investments on lack, right? This is what I see. I don't have this and this person has that, so I may want to be grateful, or I don't want them to feel some type of way, right? People pleasing, justice here. You have a gift, you have a gift, man, and with increase, you deserve to be equally, it's not necessarily acknowledged, but it's like you deserve to equally receive for the gift that you, like you're meant to have no shame about it. The gift that you possess. Because I feel like, y'all are my Taurians, that not everybody has this purpose, right? So you could be a Taurus, have all those placements in your chart, but not everybody has this purpose of this Libra this liberty energy, this where you set people free and you break generational curses. Not every Taurus has that purpose this lifetime. You understand? But I do see that you have this purpose. And so they're either going to love you or hate you. And that's the God honest truth. But whatever it is you're offering, it is good medicine. It's very Isis energy. It's good medicine. You have the ability to put things back together that have been broken. You are an earth angel you are an angel in flesh. It's like so many people have been heartbroken. So many people have been disappointed in love, relationships, family, and things like that. And y'all are the angels that come in and help people review what it's been so they can get that full perspective and take that information and be who they are. You understand? Now, a lot of people feel like that is manipulative. Everything that matters is manipulative. That's just what it is. When you go from skinny to gaining weight, that's manipulating, going in plus and minus. You see what I'm saying? When you're heavier set and you lose weight, you're manipulating the physical realm to go in a direction that you choose for yourself. This is saying that you have a choice. You can sit here and be hurt by a situation. You're the person that brings that reality check. You can sit here and be hurt by this situation. You can sit here and waddle over it. But no matter what you do, it will not change what it is right now. You can try to change it. You can try to manipulate it. You can try to force it. But don't hate the messenger. You know what I'm saying? Don't hate the person that's bringing that awareness to you. Because this is an angel that only wants to see you succeed, only wants to see you win. So sometimes people will be like, oh, I don't want to hear that shit. And they're going to go and do it their way. And then they're going to despise you because they feel like you forced them to do it. And you didn't force them to do shit. You're just a sore thumb reminder of the healing, the different facets of their healing that they haven't touched on yet. And you tend to trigger people. Now, in these types of situations where you're triggering people, envy in reverse, it's like, when someone's about to hit you and they take their hand and like put that down. I feel like that's kind of what I'm seeing here. You have some type of spiritual entity that is disarming people as we speak. As you move across this realm in the spirit, there's a hand. You have a hand on your life. It's been with you since birth. It has allowed you to go through ups and downs and different experiences to prepare you for this very purpose that you possess. So when you come to the broken, when you come to the unhealed, you this is your training ground. Some of y'all, this has been your training grounds for many years now. For others of you, this has been your training ground your whole life. But right now, at this particular phase, with what's about to come into your life, this entity is not playing about you. And it's so quick, it's so swift that any person attempting to befriend you or get close to you to hurt you, they will turn away from you. They will flee from you. Okay? Someone feeling like it's fun and games to mess around in your life and just explore you page and do all types of different things to you. It is like instantaneous they would rather karma than this entity. That's what I'm seeing here. And so you will have certain people that are here to just spiritually fuck with you on a sexual tip, don't really have no real intentions. And if they're not meant to come close to you, like something unforeseeable would happen to them. I'm talking about like unable to get it up, shit folding on them. Because they came with the intention to spiritually attach themselves to you from the sacral energy. And so intentionally, that would be like, I mean, you're so damn protected, it's crazy. Two of Swords. It's like, you might not want to do that. You might not want to do that, Two of Swords. So someone's going to be like, nah, I like you, but you're not really my type. You see what I'm saying? So you have, yeah, I'm telling you, you could be naive all you want. You could be out here running into charlatans left and right. This entity is not playing about you. The 6 of Wands. I feel like you're at a phase on your journey where there are no more L's. There are no more L's that you are allowed to take. That's just what it is. There are no more L's. And when you get to this phase on your journey where it's like, wow, I'm usually roadblocked. You know what I'm saying? Capricorn energy. I'm usually roadblocked. I'm usually in a position where I'm in a waiting room, waiting for my turn, and it's like, nah, this is your turn. This is your season. So anyone attempting to deviate your North Node, I'm telling you, it's not going to work. I want to know more about exactly this entity here, because I feel like this entity has some things to say, honey. It's very intellectual. Wow. This may be there could be like an alien or a goddess, particularly. We have goddess, intellectual. It's giving very alien, otherworldly, okay? Some of you guys is different goddesses. This is your throne. Ooh, this gave me chills, y'all. Alright, so typically the Lovers in reverse. For those of you that have been wondering, like, is this entity that is like over you, covering you? If it's something that's like, oh, it's an attachment and you called on some sexual demon and it's keeping up with you and trying to control you. Nah. This ain't gonna be your reading. And this part ain't gonna resonate with you. These are ancient beings that have been the story foretold about these ancient beings are cast as demonic. It's cast as evil, right? All these different negative terminologies. But with peace and harmony, it's like your connection is so high. There's the devil is a contract. You are contracted to bring peace and harmony. Aquarian age. This is a contract. It's major. This could be like Pluto, like Pluto going into Capricorn, if I'm not mistaken. There's something about Pluto and Capricorn, because Pluto is like the furthest from the sun. Okay. And so, divine feminine. Wow, wow, wow. All right. And it's giving me for like the next 12 years, you're meant to bring peace and harmony. Entrepreneur. Man. And so no weapon that ever forms, no weapon as it's forming, it's dismantled. Do you see this? As the weapons are forming to attack your spirit, to attack you, to attack your mind, your body, your spirit, anything, right? They could be coming for your beauty, your intelligence, your business, the way your mind works, your intellect, okay? Your spiritual practices. It's being dismantled the moment it's thought, spoken, felt, or heard. Okay. Journey. Okay. And I feel like there are people that are realizing that the moment you don't even have to cry. There was a moment in time where you had to feel pain and cry and feel some type of way for you to feel as if something was then turning in your favor. You don't even have to cry. You don't even have to. By the time you realize that something was beginning to form, it's already taken care of. Collaboration. The Galactic Federation. Collaboration, meetings, community. They are having several meetings about everything. Like on the screen. There's like multiple screens. Okay. Because you have had people trying to fuck with your confidence. You are protected by so many forces. It is insane. All right. Some of you guys, you have a twin flame situation happening. Okay. Others of you guys, it's just like your psychic abilities are about to heighten. Get ready. Listen, with third eye and predator survival, tyranny, yeah, you off the toxic shit. You off the toxic train. Good for you. And it's like so many energies want to compete for you. They want to compete for you. They want to assert themselves, and some of them are trying to fear tactic you into submission. But you, my friends, y'all are my collective Taurians that are just, some of y'all are not meant to really be, because of your contract spiritually and your purpose, you're not meant to be like in a domesticated relationship. And so you've been like beating yourself over the head, like, am I supposed to be this? What is it supposed to look like? You're not necessarily contracted this lifetime to be in a domesticated relationship where you are just being a role model for the archetype of relationships and traditions and what that look like. You may be inspired by those things. It may be a part of your south node, but a part of your north node, every seed that you sow is supposed to reap you a harvest beyond measure. Okay? Nine of Cups. Your wish is my command. Abracadabra. All right? So it is. That's just is what it is. It's prophecy. And so you will be considered a Jezebel spirit. highly desired, sought after. And the Elijahs of the Bible will want to compete with trying to prove whether or not you are authentic. They will create, pretty much call you wicked in so many words, because it's in you. It's not on you. That's the difference. Like, it's in you. And so trying to sever you from your power is always, they will lose. They will lose. This is your resurrection. I told you, the Hierophant in reverse. You belong to nobody. You are nobody. Like, I feel like you are everything. You are just I am. That's the best way I can describe it. In the flesh. Yes, everything is gonna come so effortless for you. Strength in reverse. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to work hard. Death in reverse. You can't be stopped. Wow. And there is a soulmate connection that will also have this spirit in them. Y'all have the same spirit. High priestess, a spiritual connection. The spiritual connection supersedes the lovers. Okay, supersedes the lovers. You could love a lot of people, but the spiritual connection is something that is contracted. Some of you guys, y'all are waking up to this realization, but I do feel like within the next 2 to 4 years, something is going to completely change for you by next year for sure. You can expect your life to be completely different. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The 5 of Wands in reverse. What's the compromise about? Oh, so other ones are going to fall off. Anything that's trying to come up against you is going to fall off when, after trying so many times, it's like, you know what? I give up. That's not my person. I don't want it. And so whatever is fighting for something, trying to hold on to something, it's just, they're going to remember. Like, it's going to be so much harder, and they're just going to accept defeat. So I just see something about defeat being accepted. But it is like waking up. Like, there's this energy of waking up to the realization of what this is, what this connection is, what it's always been. Wow, wow, wow. All right, Taurus, I love you guys. If you are interested in booking a personal reading, I'm going to put it on the screen so you can see the options to choose from. Definitely only take this if it resonates. If it doesn't resonate, please leave it for those within our collective that it is intended for. Like always, all the information to book personal readings with me will be listed in the description box. So I look forward to seeing what new specials we'll have in December. But as for November, get it while it still lasts. Love you, Taurus. Bye.